and I'm here today with Casey and Lewis, the owners of Evolve Core. So instantly walking in here, it has a different vibe than other yoga studios I've experienced before. Can you just kind of describe your business and what made you start Evolve Core in Bakersfield?
Yeah, like we're a music-driven hot yoga studio. So with that, we've implemented like some audio visuals, so the surroundings, the walls, the lighting all change according to the class.
Oh, that's awesome.
According to the playlist, what kind of beat-heavy playlist it could be. We do prominently like vinyasa flows, and they're all scheduled in transition to beat. Every class has a different playlist. And we try to make it a fun experience, like everyone coming in leaving better than what they came. So,
I love that.
yeah.
I love that. You can tell it has good energy when you walk in here. I love that. I'm a very energy-centric person, and like vibes are good here.
We actually chose the space because being downtown, it's like central in the community. It kind of was equal for all to get here. But it was also the location of the very first yoga studio in Bakersfield. So we feel like there's an energy and a love that was already here that we got to piggyback on.
I love that history.
Yeah.
You don't often like find like going back to the roots of where it's from, and that's so Bakersfield.
Right.
I love that.
It's a good vibe all the way through. So.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We wanted to like share with the community what we've experienced through yoga practice. So that was another reason of why we decided to start a yoga studio here in town.
Yoga changes lives.
Yeah.
Right?
It has like made me survive so many like anxiety attacks and like hard moments in my life.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's just improved my well-being when I'm in active practice.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just that idea of like that mindfulness of finding that bit of self-control. If you believe in something higher, you can embrace that. But we have the ability for like so much more strength inside than what we realize.
Yeah.
It kind of like draws that out. So I love it.
Definitely.
That's awesome. And then, so with owning a business, going from like the spiritual side to it to owning a business, what has surprised you about owning Evolve Core?
I would say how much the community has embraced the business. We've had so much support, especially during confusing times like COVID.
Yeah.
Recently, we opened up pretty much right after the pandemic happened. So we've been very surprised and glad that we've received so much support from the community and how much they embraced it. So it's pretty good.
I love that.
It's been like overwhelming. Like we kind of went in with the idea of like maybe 50 people will come this year, and it just like day 10 we had 50, and then day 30 we had 100, and then by June we had 700, and it was just like, oh my God, like people just want something, like they want a connection with like something stronger, like either within them or outside of them, like, and just how much it was embraced by a huge majority of people that never like stepped on the yoga mat before. Like,
That's amazing.
yeah.
But you're solving a problem in such a like crucial time of need for these people, it sounds like, and that like attracted them. Like anytime we're solving like healthy problems, it like gets people to come and they embrace you in those moments when you're coming from a place of service and not like destitute need or you know,
Definitely.
you want to better something. It sounds like that's your goal, is to better these people's lives.
Like we didn't go into it like with the idea of like, oh, Bakersfield's gonna like be so profitable. Like
we didn't even come with like a huge marketing strategy or advertisement, but the word of mouth, it just pretty much expanded on its own.
And everyone kind of questioned like, why wouldn't you go to Rosedale or Southwest or like go to those areas that people do yoga? And it's just like, well, we want to be where everyone can go, you know? Like,
I love that.
Like, it's not just for that one demographic or that one income level or that one person. it's for anyone who needs it. Like, so why not? If we can facilitate it and not like worry about the overhead of it, then let's do it. Like,
I love how you're focused on inclusivity. Like that's such an important part because in the world today we're so divided and people focus on separation, and you're bringing people together.
Right.
Yeah, and like coming out of like the pandemic, well, we're not really out of the pandemic, but
we
like,
feel like it.
Coming out of
we
lockdown,
close our eyes in Bakersfield.
like, everyone was so separated that like why not do something that could bring everyone together?
Yeah.
You know, like,
Right.
And I
where's
think-
the people?
Yeah. You guys are having a successful business from your heart.
Yeah, exactly.
And how good does that feel?
Right,
Doing
like-
something from your heart.
Yeah, it's great.
It's
Yeah.
when we get to like look like out into our class before it starts and when it's finished, like you just see so many types of people, like different religious backgrounds, different races, different sizes, like different languages. Like
Yeah.
it's like okay, like
Yeah, and the
People are
feedback,
feeling it,
the
like-
feedback comes from like so many like different backgrounds of like and skill levels of like people that do the practice. So, like from the person that's never tried it to the yogis that have been doing yoga for a while. And for us, it's been amazing taking that feedback and how much they embrace it is what helps us grow every day, keep going.
I love it. And I think kind of on the topic of the pandemic and everything, what have you guys done to find your inner peace? And if you could give 3 tips to the viewers on how to find that day to day.
I like am strong anchored into like the idea of like simple awareness, like daily like checking in with 3 things in your life. Like, and everyone thinks of this awareness, like inner awareness, like it's so complicated and enlightenment, and it's not. Like scan through the body, like do my legs hurt today? Like are my shoulders sore? Like do I feel strong? Like neither of them are like good or bad, but you're aware of like how you physically feel in the moment, and then do the same with the mind. Like where are my thoughts right now? Like am I thinking about what's ahead? Am I thinking or pre-planning something 2 weeks down the line? Like, am I building a scenario that's not even existing yet?
Yeah.
And then checking with the heart, like what am I really feeling emotionally? Like am I upset about something that was said to me? Like am I lonely? Am I joyful? Like, and none of them are good or bad. It's just aware, and through that awareness, like maybe your day goes different.
It's very simple, but it goes so far.
Yeah.
And I feel also for us, just doing the practice pretty much daily, not just teaching it, but also taking yoga for me like once a day. It really helps me get centered like on a daily basis. So it really
That's
helps.
awesome. Yeah. Those are such like significant tips, and something like you struck a chord with me already by saying like thinking 2 weeks ahead. I am so type A and like 1,000 miles ahead, but when you slow down and think about the present, the anxiety fades away, or you're able to accept the emotions that are coming up rather than trying to dismiss them. And that's so important to embrace everything you feel in life.
And just to know how you feel.
Yes.
It's like, that's a huge strength, just knowing how I feel like today.
Yeah, it's just honest with yourself.
And how I respond and react later in the day might be different because I was aware, like my feet hurt, or like my feelings got hurt by my spouse, or like
that's instantly where my mind
my
went.
reactions aren't out of that because I'm aware now, like, and it's not a huge enlightenment. It's just like a quick scan. Like most of the time I'm doing it like while I drive. Like how do I feel today? Like my legs are shaking. Like for the class a little bit ago, but I'm like it's simple, so simple. Like, but just acknowledging it.
I love that.
It helps a lot.
Yeah, that's so good. And then, where do you guys see your business over the next 12 years? Or 12 months, sorry.
I would hope to like see it more inclusive. Like we're doing our best to like reach out to areas that haven't been reached, and like most recently we've like launched a full like Latin outreach. Like offering classes in Spanish to the Latin community, because there's not much, even though like Kern County is like majority like Hispanic, there's not much in this industry of fitness or self-help like for people, and we've seen huge numbers like out of that, and those are free for them to do. And we're like currently reaching out through, we're starting a veteran support.
That's amazing.
We've had so much outreach from veterans and families of veterans, like that there's a need. Like clearly Bakersfield said there's a need. Like we have veterans who want help. Like
Yeah.
that's our next, but we don't want that limited.
Right.
In 12 months, I hope it's to all areas. You know,
12
like-
months to 12 years as
Yeah,
I
yeah,
started.
yeah,
You're like,
like-
you're gonna expand the inclusivity as far as
Yeah.
it can go.
Yeah, in community outreach.
I love that.
And like I think Bakersfield's ready for it. Like I would hope like we're on the verge of like being that community that is open to that growth and open to that experience for everyone.
Right.
I think Bakersfield's ready for a healing heart, and it
Yeah.
sounds like you guys are the ones to do the job.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how would you like to see Bakersfield change in the next 5 years? Kind of goes back to the last question, but I think, yeah, where do you envision it going?
We would see Bakersfield being more aware
Okay.
of embracing growth, and when it comes to health and healthy lifestyle in the city, we hope to be some sort of an agent, a catalyst that helps embrace, you know, the awareness for growth. So I think that's why I mean ideally like Vision Bakersfield
I
being
think
in that
everyone looks
space.
at growth as like we're expanding, like outward, but like the city has so much like inward expanding that it can do, like that we do like you said, like be a catalyst, like assisting in that, you know, like
I love that.
and we're in a great area. There's great people all around us, like at all sides of the community in Kern County. Like why not? Like
Why not have that internal growth?
Yeah.
Like that, like emotional growth. And I do feel like in so many ways Bakersfield can be behind the times, and there's so many ways we can grow in a wonderful way because it's such a wonderful place to be.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we've all experienced. We've come from big cities, and
Yeah.
like so it does seem a little slower sometimes, but like that speed is, there's nothing wrong with it. Like it's the idea of like it just being so open to the possibility of what Bakers could be, and not with the
Yeah.
idea of it being a big city, but it being like a big-hearted community. you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. It feels good that we're helping with the growth of it, so we're part of it.
Or hopefully.
Yeah.
No, you guys definitely are, because I've never heard of like workout class doing Latin instruction. And that's amazing. Like
Yeah.
you're trying to think differently to be inclusive, and that helps grow a community when you bring people together.
Right.
And I think we like try to live and operate this business with the idea of like what we sow into Bakersfield, like we'll harvest or reap like out of that. That energy, that vibe, that mindset, like we want to just keep pushing it into Bakersfield. And so far it's like 100 times giving it back, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I love that. Well, thank you so much for your guys' time. It was really great talking to you and finding out more about your business. I know I'm going to be bringing my husband and doing a class, and we'll try to make it a weekly thing. We already discussed this
Awesome.
before coming. We need some emotional healing on a weekly basis. I'm sure most marriages do.
Yeah.
But thank you for being so generous with your hearts and like
Thank you.
coming up with such a company that gives back to a place that is welcoming you.
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you guys.
Amazing.